All right, Sunday morning. Just hanging out in the garage for a little bit. Got some things I'm doing on the Mustang. Still trying to get it to run right. I'll get it eventually. Figured I'd go live. See if anybody wants to hang out. Ow. Get off there. I didn't clean my epoxy good last time I used it, I don't guess. See if anybody wanted to just hang out in the garage today. Epoxy. Can you smell it? Epoxy's in the air. I don't need much. Just a little dollop there. A little dollop will do you. Let's wipe these off before we put the caps back on. Q-tips. Gotta love some garage Q-tips. Get it mixed up real good. No, I need to get my piece over here, don't I? So what I'm mixing the epoxy for is we did a smoke test on the car, and these little rivets right here were leaking on the cold air intake, and this is past the mass air sensor, so I want to go ahead and try to get rid of those little leaks right there. So what I'm doing is I just mixed up a little epoxy, and we're just going to just gently, ever so gently, get some epoxy around the rivets. It should dry clear and level out, I think, and hopefully be almost invisible, right? Right. Anyway, I think so. So, just trying to get rid of any kind of little air leaks. Talk about tiny little air leaks. These shouldn't have been hardly anything. But nonetheless, there was enough smoke was coming out of them, so I figured we might as well try to make them go away and eliminate any potential issues or air leaks. So you don't hardly really even see it. Now I just need to set it down and let it cure. So this Edelbrock intake, the gaskets come in a set. There comes the gasket that goes between the upper intake and the lower intake. And then there's another little gasket that goes underneath on the upper. I don't know if you can see it or not. But there's a little plate right here. So there's another gasket that comes in the set. Well, that little gasket set is 40 bucks. And man, I just didn't want to spend 40 bucks right now on a gasket. So I got a sheet from AutoZone, just a sheet of gasket material. And I traced and cut my own gasket yesterday. It was kind of a tedious process, but I think I got it cut pretty good. And anyway, if it doesn't work, worst case scenario is 11 bucks. But I had gotten, don't get it in the epoxy. A while back, I had gotten one of those little punch sets. There it is. So that made it a little bit easier. Just all these little hole punches and stuff. That way I can do my corners. And then you're just kind of cutting more straight lines once you punch all the round corners and stuff out. But anyway, is anybody chatting? I haven't seen any comments yet. Anyway, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. 9-finger wrenching. Yeah, that's true. There's only 9 of them. Got my spark plugs out here. They're all real, almost too clean looking. I'm suspicious that I've got some fuel injector problems. So we're about to pull the fuel injectors off the car and try to see if we can check them out. I'm having trouble in Memphis trying to find anybody that will flow test the fuel injectors. I thought that would be a pretty common thing you'd find at any mechanic shop, but apparently it's not. You can get the flow testers on Amazon. If anybody's ever gotten one of those, let me know what you think about it. They're like $250 for a four injector tester. I kind of like to have one, but man, it's $250. And how many more times am I going to use it? I'm going to check these and see if they're working. And once I get them working, it's going to go on a shelf. But, you know, we'll have some more projects in the future. I think, heck, if nobody else has got one in town, it could be a revenue stream. I could set up fuel injector testing. It looks like people do it $15 a pop. Karen, what's going on? Welcome to the garage live stream. Joseph, one-man show. The injectors, just replace them. These are brand new injectors. I know brand new injectors should just work, right? Apparently, I don't know. I'm suspicious I've got lazy injectors. I've got some cylinders that are kind of showing up hot. I know what you're saying, man. It's, you know, a set of injectors is $250 up, you know, for this car. So, but you know how many new parts I have bought since I started working on this Mustang that I brought home to put on the car to find out the new part was bad? I mean, it's pretty crazy in this day and age that you could, I mean, are they not testing them or what's the deal? It's just cheap crap being made and we're just buying it and then we take it back. I guess it's cheaper for them to replace it than it is to test them and make sure they all work. So, I don't know. All right, here, we'll walk around the garage for just a second here. I'll flip it around. All right. So this is the old GT project here. 1991 body. The heart is out of an 89. So this was a basket case that I got and I've been working on for almost 2 years. Just doing stuff to it along the way. You know, we've re-dyed the dash and beautified it, and that's about it on the interior, you know. I did get a cool shift knob from Von Hot Rod, the pinstriping king. But it's a work in progress. I think I'm going to try to do kind of a rustic finish on the outside. Just kind of like, imagine that, but like done kind of all over the car. You know, just where this old red's popping through the black. I think that would look pretty cool, and then, you know, have a nice clean engine bay. The project's name's the Black Widow. So maybe one day we could have like a Black Widow poised up underneath the hood when you pop the hood. Yep, terrible quality control. You feel my pain. So anyway, what's up, Daisy? Say hi to everybody. They're hanging out in the garage with us this morning for a little bit. So anyway, I put these new injectors on the car. Got a Pro-M Racing Mass Air for 24-pound injectors. Just got through putting 24-pound injectors on the car and got them from LMR. And I don't know, I've got a cylinder over here that's running hot. So I'm suspicious that it's lean. And when you go to rev the car, it doesn't rev real smooth. You know, it's kind of a little bit grumbly on the way up, if you know what I mean. I don't know. It's just not doing its thing. This is our new intake from Edelbrock Performer RPM 2. Love this thing. Man, it was so clean. I was able to just pull all the vacuums I needed right off the back of it. I didn't have to worry about any kind of tees and all kinds of things. I didn't have to worry about the vacuum tree over here. I just pulled the vacuums I needed, and it's ready to go. So I really like that. And I got these lower profile chrome elbows at the AutoZone. Get in the zone. The AutoZone, that's where most of those cheap parts that I've bought that have failed came from, unfortunately. But they're really good about, taking stuff back, so replacing it. Lord knows I love to get my $20 reward. That's an exciting day when I go in. I've got like a free 20 bucks. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. As my son just pulled up. We'll see what he's doing. I heard somebody, I was like, what is that? He'll be walking up here in just a minute. He's probably wanting to go play disc golf or something. Be surprised if he hadn't already played disc golf today. What's up, JoJo? Welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Just watching a 9-fingered hillbilly in Memphis, Tennessee hang out in the garage with some folks on the YouTube. What more could you ask for on a beautiful Sunday morning, right? Daisy's out there. She's waiting on him. She loves her boys. Her's a good puppy dog. What up, Buttercup? Well, how was homecoming?
It's all right.
Y'all have fun? You're live on the YouTube right now.
Live on the YouTube.
Yeah, you're live on the YouTube.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm. There's 13 old people in here watching. Well, go put your stuff up. I know. She's excited. You can take her in with you if you want. You can go put your stuff up. Anyway. So, I think I wanted to get that little piece epoxied, so we got that knocked out. I think the next thing we're gonna do is just go ahead and maybe start undoing these fuel injectors. Gently. This one back here is the one I'm suspicious about. As I take them out, I'm going to number them. That way I can, keep up with them. Which one's which. Let's just go ahead and unplug that too. We'll just get this out of our way. Wires. Wires everywhere. I need to replace the end on this wire, work on it, because my oil pressure gauge goes in and out on me, which doesn't make me feel real good sometimes. There's James Jacobs. Hey, Daisy. Your brother just got here, by the way. That's my son in here, hanging out. All right, let's get this other side unhooked. This stuff was, it's still intimidating to me. But after you mess with it for a little while, you get way more comfortable messing with it. Remember on this channel, I'm learning to be a car guy. This is my first project car. So, everything I do is kind of new frontier for me. So to speak. All right. That'll be good there. There, now, that's nice. So, I already know gas is going to go everywhere. Get some rags. It's going to have some leakage. Nobody's saying much. What's everybody else doing today? Not playing with the old Fox body? Got some more rags somewhere. That's my good rag. I have different level of rags. Like this rag is still clean. So you kind of keep the clean one for the cleaner stuff. And then the nastier ones, you know, it's like a level of rags, basically inside the shop, you know. Does anybody else do that? You got like your rags work their way down until they finally leave. Here, we'll just use a few paper towels. The gas always goes down into that little, there's like little divots. So you can pretty much stick this in the divot and it'll absorb it. Probably a couple more paper towels. And you see that I got paper towels on the draw from both sides of the shop. Just ready to go. That's how we roll, isn't it?
I want to say you need refill.
All right. Let's break our little bolts loose here. Only problem being way over here is I can't see if anybody's saying anything. All right, those are a few real bolts. Trying to hang on to my washers as I take them out so I don't lose them. I love the top of that radiator. It's like a parts tray, parts caddy. Oh no, come back. Got it. What's up, Charity? Appreciate y'all hanging out with us in the garage. Trying to keep up with the chat over here every now and then as I work over there. All right, I'm gonna undo this fuel rail. Put me on some safety gargles in case there is any pressure in there. Damn. All right, there's our gas coming out. All right, just gonna go ahead and start plucking them. All right, so this is cylinder 5. I shouldn't have to worry about that anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead and label it. Is my label gonna stay on? Tape doesn't like these. Alright, so that one's 6. Any of y'all got a project car or anything? It's been a wild experience. I've enjoyed it. It's kind of, I mean, for me, I was just diving off into the unknown. I had no idea what I was getting into. I started looking on Facebook Marketplace and I found this car for like $2,000. And I was like, oh, that's perfect. Had no clue. No clue at all what I was getting into. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to test these and spray through them and see if I've got maybe a clog or something, and make sure the solenoid's working, because that's basically all this is a little electric solenoid that works, the little piston in there. The fuel line's pressurized, so when the piston opens, it sprays. Piston closes, it stops, or it's supposed to stop. Oh, where's my thing? So I actually made this little thing. It's a 9-volt battery on a house switch, but I put ends on it where I could. My eyes are not focusing today. And no, I didn't tie one on last night or anything. My eyes are just not focusing good. Don't judge. All right. All right, I think we're connected. So let's listen. You hear it? That's that little solenoid triggering. So I would say number 7 is functioning. Now, whether or not it's clean and it sprays good, who knows? That's what's nice about having the little tester with the tube, where you can actually pressurize it to what your car runs at, and then run it through there, and it actually runs a rhythm like the engine would, you know. And it goes through different tests too. It'll pressure check it, you know, see if it's leaking down, and then it'll run it through acceleration mode and idle mode and all kinds of stuff just to see what they're doing. Let's go get these other ones snatched off. JD, U.S. Army veteran, thank you for your service. Good morning. From Alabama, L.A. Are you L.A., Lower Alabama? What's up, Captain White? We are working on this 1991 Mustang GT. Got the fuel injectors pulled out. And I didn't order these because they're pink. The 24 pounds just happened to be pink. So don't be hating. All right. Just saying. All right. This was the hottest cylinder. So this is the one I'm honestly suspicious of not working correctly or being lazy or something and making that cylinder run lean and hot. Same year you were born. Look at there. Tuscaloosa area, okay. I always laugh when people talk about being from LA. Say, really? I say, yeah, Lower Alabama. I was born in Northwest Tennessee, a little town called Martin. Had a college. No, Tuscaloosa, you're right there. So we had UT Martin. So it was pretty cool. I always told everybody it's kind of like growing up in Mayberry. It's like everybody knows you or knows your parents, But then you had a whole bunch of college kids from all over the place. We had a lot of international students too, so it was like small town, but with like a lot of culture. Easton Shea. That the car is a 1991 Mustang GT, is what it is. 1991. So I bought this car. The 91 was a roller that a guy had bought. He had wrecked his 89 convertible, and he took the motor and drivetrain out of the convertible and put it in this 91 roller. They had gotten rid of the body harness and had gotten an aftermarket harness and was trying to wire it in with like the factory computer. And I don't know, I ended up taking that thing out and going to all 89 wire and harness. So I rewired this whole car, with harnesses. I mean, I laid in the harnesses. So I wired it. Yeah, whatever. But I put in all 89 because the 91 wiring does not jive with the 89 computer the same. There's some things in there you would have to change or whatever. So I just went through the whole car and put in all 1989 harnesses, just so I don't have any of those issues. So it's like Mayberry around here too. I mean, that's a good thing. You know what I mean? It was also my birthday year. Hell yeah. Love the Fox Buddies. Me too. I had two of them growing up in that little town. I had the first one I got was a 1980 Cobra. And somebody had taken the turboed Cobra motor out and put in a V8 with a 3-speed. I don't know what the transmission come out of, but it was geared so low. Man, that car was wound out at like 70 miles an hour. But, and then I got a 1984 Mustang GT. And I had a lot of fun with them. They kept me in trouble. And what model is your car? It's a 91 Mustang. Got a piece of shit Jeep, 1996. 4-liter V6. Put a new motor in. Did a compression check. No compression at all. Oh, man. Something to do with timing. Yeah. Yeah, maybe somebody just screwed up when they set the timing chain and stuff on there or something. I don't know. That's an awful feeling, though. I had a 2015 V6 convertible, but my old lady told, oh, man, is she okay? Oh, she's okay. You knew I was going to ask. Yeah, the Mustang, man, they're fun cars, but you got to, when you're driving them, you got to know that they're trying to kill you. It's pretty much your attitude. It's almost like riding a motorcycle. You kind of got to have that kind of respect for it if it's, got a very powerful motor, because they like to get away from you. The suspension technology in these things back in the day wasn't all that, 2,500 pound car with a V8, 225 horsepower was what it was supposed to be. And that was enough to get you in trouble for sure. They don't call them crowd killers for no reason. That's true. Man, I can't start it right now. Here's some of my fuel injectors and my spark plugs, and I've got my intake sitting over there. That's what we're working on. I'm actually about to take these fuel injectors here in just a little bit, and I'm going to kind of go through and try to test them as best I can in my rudimentary way here, and then put it back together. But I'm going to make sure that I put certain injectors back in different places and see if the heat follows them. And bro, looks like you need to go to the gym. Yeah, I guess I probably do. Do you run E85 or thought about it? No, I run 93, just regular 93. The guy that built the motor, he said that it should be close to like 10-1, and I should be fine with 93 as far as that goes. So I'm just running 93. Let's get these injectors out of this other side over here. All right. since that one came out already, we'll just get it. It's injector number 2. Trying to keep them all in order and numbered, like I say, so I can track where I'm putting them. I had a buddy come over with the thermal gun while it had been running idling for a while, and we saw that there were a few cylinders that were, running hot. Hot. All right, this is 3 and 4. Can you lower its suspension to the max? It looked top class. Man, it's kind of, it's not lowered to the max, definitely. But I think it does have a little bit of a lowering spring on it. But yeah, I do like them when they're tucked up in there. All right. Number 4. I almost forgot which ones was which. My poor brain. My 53-year-old brain doesn't always do what it's supposed to. I've tried to keep all the strong brain cells and just kill the weak ones throughout life. Yeah, we just all be nice to each other. I do need to go to the gym. So you may not believe this, but at one time I was extremely fit. And I managed bicycle shops and led the group